We wanted to talk about our top things to do in Siena that we would recommend as not only people who got married there, but as I mentioned, we lived there for a few months. We had a lot of time to venture into Siena and really enjoyed our time there. Hey, friends, welcome to the Taste Toast Travel Podcast. We're your hosts and resident foodies and lovers of all things travel and exploration.
Grab your favorite beverage, get comfortable, and enjoy the journey with us.
Welcome back to another episode of Taste Toast Travel. I'm Tara.
And John.
And this is a really exciting week.
Why is that?
You know why. What's
Formula
tomorrow?
One's in Monza?
No. Well, although that is actually exciting,
That might
and
be next week.
I am excited about that.
Football starts on Thursday?
No, but what else? Wait, Thursday's in tomorrow?
Yeah, shit, that's
God,
tomorrow.
we're
Yeah.
there already.
It's Wednesday.
Okay,
yeah.
but what is even more important happening tomorrow? You're joking.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, it's our anniversary.
Yeah, it's our second
Italy anniversary.
wedding anniversary. So we have gone over this in a previous episode, so I won't belabor this. But for those who don't know,
I'll explain it.
we
My wife wanted 2 weddings, so we had 2 weddings. There. Saved us a lot of time.
Wow. Okay, to be fair,
Yep, she's going to take up time anyways.
you weren't opposed wildly to 2, maybe
Hey,
spending money on 2.
I love a wedding. Drinks all around.
Okay, Johnny Depp.
Just saying.
Yeah, I got that movie reference.
Yeah,
Are
that's
you
pretty
proud
good.
of me?
I didn't think you would. I love
So
a
I've only
wedding.
seen that movie 1,500 times. Yes, that is true. I did want to, but listen, we were both excited about it. But in the spirit of that, we wanted to talk about one of our absolute favorite places in Italy. Maybe not the favorite, but it's certainly in our top.
We have a lot of history there.
A lot of a lot of history there. So not only did we get married in this particular place in Italy that we will talk about in just a moment, but we also lived there. And it was, I would say, from our living there for 3 months, which we've also recapped in another episode, so I won't go down that rabbit hole. But that really did spark our getting married there, I think. Well, sparked an idea in my head
Sure.
about getting married there because it's an absolutely beautiful place. So for those who don't know, we got married at a beautiful winery called Monte Chiaro. It's a really beautiful place. So highly recommend going there if you want to go to Siena, but you want to do a wine tasting or just have a really beautiful experience kind of off the beaten path. Has amazing views. I will definitely share a little bit of that on social media this week. Give you guys a little sneak peek into that. You can see Siena in the background. It's gorgeous. And it was a beautiful day. Lots of really
It was a hot
fun.
day.
It was a very, very hot day. Our other ceremony was in Napa,
And it was
probably
also a hot day.
4 months prior, June 11th,
Yep,
our
it was
other
quite hot.
quote anniversary 3 years ago.
It was like
so
over 100 degrees.
it was very, we just happened to pick 2 of the hottest days of the year in 2 different countries.
I never really thought about it till now, but yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad, but absolutely beautiful day. So in the spirit of that and reminiscing on that this week, probably more me than you, but
Probably.
thinking back to that beautiful day, we wanted to talk about our, I guess you could say roughly, top 5 things to do in Siena that we would recommend as not only people who got married there, but as I mentioned, we lived there for a few months, probably 2 years before that. 2018 is when we lived at Monte Chiaro. He was working at the winery, doing all the things. I was teaching English to kids in China online
Yes, you were.
with some very, very shoddy internet.
Oh, yes, it
and-
was.
Yeah. And that was after just a few months of dating. So look at us
And
go.
here we are.
Yep. So yeah, we were just on 90-day visas when we did that. But yeah, it was an amazing experience. So with that being said, we had a lot of time to venture into Siena and really enjoyed our time there. I feel like a lot of people only make it to Siena for maybe like a weekend, or it's like a
like a
kind
day
of
trip.
2-day. Yeah, it's like it's
I
something
think
like
people in
that. So
Florence do like a day trip because it's only like an hour
Right.
train. So like, oh, let's take a day and go to Siena.
yeah, which
Yeah.
is well worth going to. But yeah, so just give a little bit of an insider.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I need to preface this with any episode where we give recommendations or talk about things we like to do. This is just us. It's just our opinion. We're certainly not pretending to be experts here, but yeah, just our perspective on people, on people, from people,
On people,
on
from them.
people who have been there a time or two.
All right.
Yeah.
Kick it off.
Before we get into
Oh,
that,
boy.
though, sorry, I have a little travel update
Uh-oh.
story
Bum, bum,
situation. This will be
bum.
quick, but I don't know if you've heard about this. I just heard about this today. Might be living under a rock, but I think this is new. Passport stamps
Oh.
are being phased out in many countries.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I know. That made me sad, to be honest.
That's why people go. They want the
Yeah,
stamps. You gotta fill up that passport.
I know. So including all 29 countries in Europe, the European Union's Schengen area,
Hmm.
due to the implementation of digital systems for border crossings.
Hmm.
So this shift uses biometric data like fingerprints and facial scans to record entries and exits electronically for increased security and efficiency.
So we don't have to talk to a guy and get all like,
I guess not.
what are you doing here?
Yeah, I get all nervous.
Just want some coffee.
Makes me kind of sad. I know.
Oh, well.
I've seen some like mixed reactions on, but a lot of people in the comments were like, "Damn, like I collected those." So this even said like, "While this marks the end of a nostalgic travel tradition, travelers who want a physical souvenir can sometimes ask for commemorative stamps at airports, although this is not guaranteed."
I don't really care.
Oh,
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
you have no heart.
It's not a big deal to me.
Ugh. Okay, well, makes me sad. So,
I didn't even get a stamp last time we traveled anyway.
well, you used your Italian passport. I'm pretty sure.
You didn't get a stamp.
I thought I got at least one.
I think the only stamps that I've seen nowadays are just like the date stamp. It doesn't even. It's not like the.
And not
the
anything
cool,
like fancy and cool
yeah,
and
no.
pretty. Yeah.
It just has like the date.
Anyway.
Yeah. Whatever.
This electronic world we're in, it was bound to happen.
Wait till the blackout.
Oh God. Yeah. What's it called? We were just talking about this. The grid going down.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's talking about that lately.
Then everyone's gonna be going everywhere.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, that's not what this podcast is for. So back to Siena. But if you want to travel to Siena, just FYI, and you're planning on going into Italy, apparently you're not going to get a stamp. Although
you could go to Louis Vuitton, buy something, and then they'll stamp you or whatever.
You could. That's very true. We learned that. That's been fun. By the way, this is starting in October 2025. So as of the time of this recording, it's very soon. So, yeah, because I was going to be like, wait, when is this? But it's sooner than I thought. Anyway, all right, Siena. So these, again, very high level. I also feel like I need to mention, we would definitely have recommendations because we've had multiple people, like friends and family and stuff, ask us like where we would recommend going. I feel like we definitely have recommendations for like restaurants and things like that. I think for the purposes of this episode, we wanted to keep it a little more high level because God forbid someone hears us down the line and the restaurant's like not there anymore or something, like relevancy, But I think we cannot talk about Siena without first talking about Il Palio.
Yeah, that weird horse race.
The weird horse race that you absolutely love.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into that a little bit?
That one. Yeah, I mean, if you've ever been to a horse race, it's basically that. I'm just kidding. Huh? It's a cool horse.
I feel like we can just shut this episode.
You know what's funny is a lot of people don't know that there's those Palios are all over the place, and that's just the most famous one. It's like the Kentucky Derby of horse racing in Italy, but
that's probably pretty insulting to Italians, but yeah.
Probably. No, it's a cool horse race. I guess you can't talk about the Palio without getting into more of like other details of the city.
It's 17 contrade, by the way.
Yeah, I know, but not all of them race.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because you can't fit 17 horses on that track. Like
10 of the city's 17 historic
10 of them
districts.
Okay.
I'm reading here. Yeah.
So there are 17 districts in Siena. So we'll get into a little bit more and then get into the race because it's kind of like you can't talk about one without the other. So there's 17 districts in the town, and you can think of a district like a borough, like in New York, one of the boroughs. It's essentially. But these 17 different districts all have a mascot. Whether it's like, what?
Again, they would probably be like a mascot.
This was explained to me just like I'm explaining it by an Italian.
Oh, who? Yeah. One of our
Alessandro told me. It's like a mascot. It's like our
guy who owns Monte Chiaro. Okay,
and so
gotcha.
It's like, we got hedgehog, you got like wolf, you
La
got
lupa, the she-wolf,
dragon, you got like all these different animals, and they're all kind of like that district's like mascot, right?
Yeah.
And so each district has, a rider, a horse. But the thing with the race is like the rider, everything is chosen randomly for you though. So it's like the horse and the rider may never have this rider may never have ridden this horse before.
That's kind of terrifying
Right. And
because
it's
a
it's
lot of
a
horse, you need to like bond, I
and
feel
it's
like, with
yeah,
the
well, it's a way
horse.
to like keep things more even,
Yeah.
right?
Okay, that makes sense. That's more
And
fair.
so the horses and like you can get like it's all about the horse too. It's not even about the rider. The rider is just like there. But it's like you can get a good horse
Sure,
or a
he
bad
helps,
horse,
but
right? It's just like a raffle lottery, right? You get your horse and everyone's like, yeah. But first they like select 10 contradas that'll be in the race. So
hmm
that lottery happens and then they get a horse that is assigned to their contrada. And so there's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes with
hmm
like who has the best horse, like all this kind of stuff. And then there's no saddles, right? It's
Right.
bareback. They turn the whole town square into a racetrack. And so
Days before, I mean, I remember us going down there before, yeah, like days before the race, and I'm trying to look up
it's called
exactly what
Piazza
the,
del Campo,
yeah, I was trying to look up
which
what they put down
yeah, it's
on
hard
the,
clay. They pack it
yeah.
with hard clay for like weeks prior to the race. And so then you have a track in the town square and then the infield is where a lot of people stand and then they have like stadium seating around the whole town square, so it kind of turns the whole town square into like an amphitheater really.
Kind of, yeah. hmm
And there's people up in the
And of course, then
balconies and
balconies and
stuff.
yeah,
And so infield is free, it's first come first serve, and
that's
then
where we were.
yeah, and then you have the stadium seating, which is more money. And then you have the balconies, which I think are on the most money. But
Probably, or you have to be like invited, right? Like if
yeah,
you have like
someone owns like the building and they're like,
yeah,
yeah, come watch the race from our balcony, something like that, I guess. But the race only lasts like 72 seconds.
90 seconds, I
Uh,
think. Yeah,
it's 3 laps around the town square.
it is so
And
intense.
yeah, and it's,
It's
there's like no rules. I guess what they said was there's the same rules they had 900 years ago. So it's like no rules. Like people go flying off their horses. It's like chaotic. It's crazy.
yeah, people have died.
Uh, yeah, people get like messed up. Like, yeah, it's wild, but
It's really fun to watch.
yeah, super interesting,
I
cool
think we
race.
touched on this
Honestly,
in another recent episode where we again touched on this, didn't go in like super in depth, but where we were, we like really wanted to be on like the outer ring, so we were like right up there on
right?
the, because we were just like, oh my god, we're here, like we have to get a good seat, and I
Yeah, we
want
were
to be
like
like in the middle of
we
everybody.
could reach out and touch a horse. We were that
Yeah,
close.
literally. I mean, you felt the like wind as they passed by,
Hmm.
and well worth it. But being aware, it's very hot, so like
I mean, it could be hot, it could be
lots.
not, but it was hot always
July
whenever
and
we do
August, I mean, it's
anything.
incredibly hot
Yeah.
in Siena typically. So yeah, just being aware of that. Drink lots of water.
And before the race, right, there's all
We're-
these like ceremonies and there's
yeah.
all these like medieval like, festivals and stuff going on and
hmm They all did
preparation.
like went around the track, like kind of. I'm gonna say marching for lack of a better
Yeah, it was
term,
like
but it
marching. It was
was,
like
it was like a
yeah,
whole kind of like parade thing. I
yeah.
mean, it was just, it really was fun. I feel like it took us back to just like an entire, hundreds of,
Definitely like a huge cultural
yeah, amazing cultural
experience.
experience.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then just seeing, I mentioned this in our other episode too, but I think just seeing all of the people from, especially from the contrada that wins, like, these grown men crying, like everyone's
Yeah.
just so happy.
Or
And then all
sad.
of the celebration in the streets afterwards too, like
Yeah,
just these,
they march the horse into in front of it, like the cathedral there, and
hmm
then everyone kind of follows it and gathers around, and there's this whole like winning celebration. It's pretty cool.
yeah, they march that around, and then they're just, it's just in
Everyone's
the
touching the
streets
horse,
for
and
hours. It just goes
it's
the whole night.
yeah. And then everyone starts drinking and
Dinners.
partying and eating in the streets and party,
hmm
party, party, and then yeah, it's a whole thing. It's
It's
pretty
like
fun.
long tables in each
Hmm.
little like neighborhood, and yeah, it really, the camaraderie and stuff, and people are just, they go so hard for
Yeah,
the
it's really cool.
area that they are from and live in.
Hmm.
Like the owner of our winery, who ultimately I think
He was a porcupine.
lived or porcupine. lives there, in that area full time. It runs deep
I remember, yeah, he was
there.
so funny about it too. Like the day after,
Hmm.
and
He's all like
we
salty.
came into the office, and he was just like, I was like, so that was a good race, huh? He's like,
I don't want to talk about
uh. It was just like all like down. It's hilarious.
it. Yeah. So, moral of the story, if you can plan your trip to Siena around, and it's only 2 dates, right? It's August 16th and July 11th. I'm fairly certain. No, sorry, August 2nd. Oh my gosh, I swear I can talk. July 2nd and August 16th.
Oh, okay.
So it is one of those 2 days. It's not like, I got a
You
ton
want
of
to win the
time,
one
but
in August because then you get a whole year of celebration. Because
true.
if you win in July, it's like you probably only get a
That's a
month.
very good point. I'm trying to remember which one we went to.
We're the one in August.
August, I think it was.
Mm.
I think we were barely
Yeah,
there
we
in
went to the one
July.
in August because I remember Alessandro telling me about the winner of the one in July.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, well worth going to. I think that's like probably top of our list, or probably many lists
It's
if
really
you
cool. I mean,
are
yeah,
reading
really
about it.
wild. Like, I'm not like into horse racing, but it was cool.
Yeah, I would not consider myself into that too, but
I mean,
go
yeah,
put me in the
guy.
middle of a
If someone was like, "You want to go to the
medieval
Kentucky
city, like,
Derby?" I'd be like, "Yeah,
okay, I'll
I'll
have it
have
if
a
it's
mint and
there.
julep and a pewter cup."
I would love a mint julep. Yeah, that would be fun. Kentucky Derby's
Yeah,
kind of on my
yeah, I would
bucket
go.
list of sorts.
I'll have it if it's there. But
Yeah.
Palio, very cool race. Highly
Mm-hmm.
recommend. If you have the means, highly recommend.
Yeah, definitely plan your trip accordingly. All right, so our next few here. So this one is so I was putting together this list with your consulting. There's obviously plenty of touristy things that you can do in Siena. Obviously, like I mentioned, the Duomo di Siena, going in there. It's a very beautiful church.
That's cool.
I want to make sure I'm saying that right because they're all considered different things.
It's a little bit
Anyway,
more. Yeah, it's a little bit more gothic. It's kind of
it's
cool.
Romanesque. Yeah. But it was cool. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. So, going into those things, like, yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. Oh, it's a cathedral. Sorry. That's what I wanted to get right. I didn't want to
Cattedrale.
call it a church if it was a cathedral. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well worth it. Really beautiful. So, there's plenty of touristy things you could do. This next one I put on here for anyone who really wants like a cool view of Siena, and then
Yeah.
we're not like gatekeeping here. This is like probably one of the top things that people, would go into. If you're gonna like Google this, you'll probably see this on there too.
Yeah,
But
it's
it's
probably
called
pretty popular.
it's called Facciatone, and it's located in the Opera della Metropolitana. So this is a basically an observation point tower type situation on top of an unfurnished church facade
Yeah.
with basically incredible views, right? You see
You
old
climb up a lot of
towers,
stairs and you go up really high, and it's a
many
great
stairs.
view.
Yeah, it's a really incredible view, and it's probably I would say it's the tallest, if not one of the tallest. I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
there was a tower
there's
across
the other
too. I think
tower
in
in
the
the
Duomo di Siena.
piazza.
Yeah,
That's and then it's
I think you can go in
the
that one too.
church bell,
Yeah.
or not the church bell, but like the town clock and bell tower
Hmm.
is
Oh,
taller
that
than
might
it,
have been it.
I
Yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah. I think
But
I think
it's
you're right
still
about
really
that.
tall, and it's a cool view, and you can see like the top of all the buildings, all the terracotta. You can
Hmm.
see off in the distance, like very classic, like Tuscan rolling hills.
Hmm. Great photo ops. It's probably the
So
most
good.
Insta-worthy thing on this. Well, actually, that's not true. There's a lot of
No, it's
Insta-worthy
pretty
things about
cool.
this. But yeah, and it's cool because when you're going up, you don't just go up this one tower and that's all you see. Like on your way up, you're in a museum. So there's plenty of things
Oh
to see. I
yeah.
remember this huge round, the name's escaping me, like stained glass window that was
Oh
super
yeah,
beautiful. You remember
I
that?
remember that.
Yeah, so you're going, it's cool. It's just like another kind
They
of
have like
little bit of a
cutouts of different places where you
cultural
can see
experience.
like the
Yeah.
original like stonework and stuff like in
Hmm.
the ground. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. So again, if you are going to Siena, maybe just for a day, just for a couple days, short or long weekend, and you're trying to be like, okay, what on the more touristy side of things is worth doing? That's why we kind of thought that that was a good one
Mm.
because you get a great view, you get a little bit of a museum if that's your thing, you get some history, you get some culture,
Yeah.
but you really just get such a visual, a view of like just the all of Siena
Hmm.
and just really how beautiful it is and the countryside. That was like Because when we first went up there, I think maybe the first day that we had ever gone into Siena when we
Yeah.
first lived there.
I think that was our first day, yeah, when we slept for like 14 hours.
Literally,
Yeah.
and decided to go into Siena at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yep, that was
We
it.
did it that day, and I'm shocked we did. But yeah, and I was just like,
Yeah, it was cool.
oh, okay. This like it just gives you a cool perspective. So yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely recommend that. All right, completely switching gears now to food.
Oh, fun.
This was a great experience. I'm really glad we ended up doing this one. And this is also one that I think if you were to, again, kind of Google search this, like this particular school will come up, but
Oh, yeah.
we have done it. So we can confirm it is well worth doing and it is really, really good.
Yeah, super
And
fun.
it's the Scuola di Cucina di Leila.
Yeah, it was
And
great.
Layla is the main cuoca, is I guess female chef. It's her school. She runs it, whatever. It was so fun.
Yeah, it was great. I had a blast
Yeah.
cooking like all the different dishes and then
Mhm.
eating and
We still have our
drinking.
recipes. We
Yeah,
still
super
talk
fun.
about them. We need to make those more,
I know.
honestly. Made some great things. I can't remember exactly how many dishes it was, but I think it was like, like a starter,
Yeah,
a primi, secondi,
we made a
sure,
pasta. We
dessert.
made peachy by hand.
God, I
Like
almost
so, we
forgot
made
about
like our
that.
own. Rolled our own
Pasta.
pasta.
hmm
I don't remember what the appetizer was. It might have been some type of bruschetta.
I think it
I
was, yeah.
think, yeah, because I remember rubbing garlic on toast. Yeah, yeah, it was a cool
Yeah.
thing.
It was beautiful.
And then you get the recipes, you get to keep
hmm
them, and so you can
Get a freaking amazing dinner.
remake everything in the future. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And you get involved too. She would like have us come in and like do things
Yeah,
and it wasn't
and
just
met
like you
people
kind of just
from
sat
all
there and
over
watched her.
too, which is cool.
Yeah. A lot of Americans, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, I mean, Italians aren't
Shocker.
going to go to a
I know. Well,
Italian
no, I
cooking
certainly didn't
class.
expect that. I guess, anyone
Mm.
else from other countries. There might have
The
been some
Germans
other
need to go.
I was gonna say there might have been some people from other countries. But I liked it though too because it was like kind of intimate. There was only maybe 4 or 5 couples or like 4 or 5 groups of two, or
Yeah, it
maybe it
wasn't
was like
huge.
some twos and a fours or something, they keep it even. But it's really convenient too because it's not I remember actually we got lost and I was kind of freaking out if you recall because I
Yeah, I
thought we were
remember.
gonna
Yeah,
be
you were like,
late
"We're
and
gonna
I
be
was like
late," and I was like, "Oh, well, who cares? We're in
then
Italy."
I know I had to remind myself of that. But it's not super far from the main part of town. So very walkable if you're kind of in the city center.
Yeah, I
I
remember
won't
it
even
was on
try. I
kind of
know
like
I
a.
can picture in my head where it is, but I'm not going to try and explain it.
I remember it was on like a random street. Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. It was like down some of the streets a little bit. But yeah, again, just a really awesome experience where, again, if you are kind of, let's say you're staying in the city center, you don't have necessarily a way to like go out of the city center, but you want to do something, again, kind of fun, cultural, very like regional food. That's a great
Mm-hmm.
way to experience it
Yeah,
and
it
great
it
memories.
was super fun.
Yeah.
I'd do it again.
I would, yeah, I
Yeah,
was
I'd do
gonna
it
say if we
again
go back, I would
for
totally
sure.
do that again. All right. This next one I threw in here really last minute. You're gonna laugh at me. It's very touristy, but I'm
Okay.
just gonna tell you. But you're gonna agree with me. And do you remember? You might not know it by the name, the San Paolo Pub. I just
Yeah,
said
I
wait.
remember. Is that the one that has like the in the back of it, and you can sit and like overlook the
Yeah.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go there a
It's a
lot.
hella touristy bar. I'm not gonna lie.
Whatever.
I just
It was
sounded so
cool. Just
Californian.
go have
It's
a
hella.
beer there, and
It's
it's like
great, you
you
guys.
go out, you like walk through the bar, and then
Which is very vibey. It's
yeah,
like it's not very big. It's like there's a lot of red couches.
it's like a
Like
small
it's
bar like
yeah, it's not
area,
huge, but
and
it
there's
has like
seating, and
yeah.
then you just like go out towards the back, and there's like a back patio
You can't
area,
even
but
like
like
you can barely even call it like a patio. It's literally like
it's like as
the
it's
most
like a
narrow
bench.
balcony
Yeah, it's like
that
a
you can just
long
barely sit at.
bench that you walk, and it's like overlooks the whole piazza. So
Piazza
like
del Campo, yeah.
yeah, so you can like sit on like this bench, and then there's like a little tiny table in front of you, and you're looking
It can
at the
fit
whole
maybe 6 or 7
piazza.
people
So
at
yeah, it's kind of
best.
a
Yeah.
bitch. So it's like you get there and it's like full, and you're like fucking tourists. And then
Even though we're
yeah,
tourists ourselves.
and then you just like sit inside and wait for someone to leave, and then you go run out there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we've definitely did that a few times. Yeah, I literally just said I wasn't going to mention like specific bars and restaurants and stuff, but that was one where I was like, listen, yes, it's touristy. Yes, it's right on the Piazza del Campo and stuff. But I have to say, some of my best memories with you going into Siena and just like hanging out, walking around, whatever, we would go there. And it's just fun. You kind of people watch. It's just like,
It
you
was
know, you
nice
just
too. I mean, yeah, it was
it's a nice
hot.
place to kind of like take in the piazza from a little bit higher of a vantage point instead of like one of, again, the very touristy like bars and stuff that are on the ground floor,
Yeah,
if you will, that I think are, I mean, it's all going to be a little overpriced there on the piazza, but those ones
I don't
especially
remember it being too
were
bad.
probably, no, it wasn't. That's another reason I liked it.
It
It's
was
just very
cool.
vibey.
I liked it. Yeah,
So
I remember it very well.
had to throw that
Yeah.
recommendation in there. All right. So I can't decide which one I want to go to next. Actually, okay. I'm going to do this last one and then we'll go outside of Siena
Oh,
for a couple of these. Honestly, y'all might kind of laugh at this one,
oh
but
boy.
like ultimately, I think you'll agree with me on this. Just getting lost in the streets.
Yeah, I like having a bit of a walk. Just go like
I feel like that's where we found some of the best
having a mooch around.
wine bars, restaurants, leather stores that weren't horribly touristy. You
Hmm.
kind of get into, again, some of the contradas and like contrade, I should say,
Hmm.
plural, and just get kind of a feel for each of the neighborhoods, and you can see like their flags and stuff, like,
Yeah, that's
you
the other thing.
know,
You
and
know which
just,
one you're in because you see like the streets are lined with the flags of whichever contrada
or
you're
maybe
in.
even street
It's
lamps,
kind
I
of
want to say. I
funny,
don't know, but it's definitely, it's very
like hanging
clear
off buildings
which
like on
one
an
you're
angle, right?
in.
And so it's you see one that has
It's
like a
really fun.
seashell or a clam or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
I remember that
Yeah, and there's a
vividly.
goldfish or whatever.
Forza
Yeah,
Piscini, I think, is where
yeah,
we always got dropped off
and
via a taxi.
so yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it's just
so you
fun.
just kind
So
of tell.
I hate to say that sounds so cliche, but I feel like with a place like Siena, like there's plenty of places we could mention more specifically about like, okay, yeah, like where to get a glass of wine or whatever. But I think that's my biggest recommendation, honestly. It's just venturing out a little bit outside of like the
Yeah.
main kind of
One of
city
the
center
things
place.
I think people should do is like go to their dinner wherever that is. You
Hmm.
have a dinner reservation, and to be fair, Americans eat early as shit. We're like six
A lot of the
o'clock. We're
time.
like, where's dinner?
Yeah.
But like in Europe and Italy, people are like 8, 9 o'clock is dinner time. So like people you'll go out to eat 8 o'clock, whatever, get done with dinner, which is a long affair in Italy, and then like everyone goes to, especially on like Friday, Saturday, everyone goes to the piazza and everyone just like sits on the ground and like hangs out. Do you remember that?
That's true. I guess I wasn't really paying attention. I sort of thought that was a lot of tourists and stuff
No,
sometimes, but actually, yeah,
it
no,
was
you're
all
right.
it was all
There's a lot of
locals.
locals. That's true. Just
Everyone
it's like
just
smoke or
yeah,
have a beer or
like, and
whatever.
we're not talking like not in like chairs or anything. Everyone just like sits on the ground in the
Yeah.
piazza and just like hangs out there and
Mhm.
like there's so many just like locals and
That's
Italians
true.
just like
A
hanging
lot of like
out,
younger kids too
sitting on
and
the
stuff like
ground, and this
yeah.
it goes on midnight and later. People
Oh
are
yeah.
out there hanging out, just like living life,
Yeah, very
having a
true.
gelato or whatever, and
Mhm. Again, smoking a drink, like
smoke.
just
Yeah,
something
sure.
like yeah. You know what? That's a really great point, and that actually made well, we're gonna have to do a Florence episode too because we also, me especially, has a bit of a relationship with Florence, more than just visiting there once for like a week or something. And little spoiler on that, I would also venture to say that exact same thing about Florence and like even Rome, pretty much everywhere I've gone in Italy, city, town, whatever, one of my top recommendations is like going to kind of, you don't even have to go like that far out, but just where locals hang out. So for example, in Florence, not Santa Croce,
Santo
it's a,
Spirito.
Santo Spirito.
Yeah.
And just like literally when I
Yeah,
lived
that's like a
there,
locals place
just
though.
sitting on the steps and just, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you really want to get immersed, like
Yeah, I
that's what
mean,
you. But in
in
Siena, to your
Piazza del
point,
Duomo, you wouldn't see like
that's
locals
why I didn't say
there.
Piazza del
Yeah, I'm
Duomo.
just saying.
Yeah. No, yeah, you definitely don't see many locals there.
It's a
Yeah.
bunch of old Americans riding around in golf carts now,
Oh my god.
ruining it for everyone.
I don't know. We're gonna have to have a conversation about Florence for sure.
Hmm.
That's a bigger one to unpack. But anyway, that's a great suggestion. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like I said, wandering, leaning into that. Last one here, and then I have a little bonus
Mm.
too, depending what
So
time
there's
of
two
year.
more.
Okay, so technically there's two more. Booking a this is going to sound a little bit touristy,
Oh,
but
drinking wine
again,
tasting.
book a wine tasting.
Eh,
Go out of Siena if you can. The reason I mention that is there are some great little like day tours, half day tours. Again, I really want to like lean out of the touristy things, but Siena has such, and we can attest to this, right? Because we've been to one, we lived at one. They have such beautiful hilltop and just, out in the kind of boonies wineries
or I
and
mean,
things with incredible wines, really beautiful experiences, potentially some amazing food, not terribly expensive, and you get such a great experience.
just like, or you could just rent a car and just drive to
I
these
mean, you could, but
places.
not everyone's comfortable doing that. I mean, especially if
I say
it's
do it.
largely driving automatic, not automatic, manual, which a lot of
Man,
people can't do nowadays.
you should learn how to drive a manual.
I mean, actually, I think it is getting more common manual rental
Automatics, you
cars
mean?
there.
Automatics, you mean?
Keep mixing them up. Yes. But thankfully for me, I have you
Yeah,
to
that's
drive.
true.
For the record, I can drive automatic. Just
You can drive
I'm
manual.
I can drive.
She can't say it, but she can drive
Oh
it.
my god. I blame it on the wine I'm drinking right now.
Uh,
Yes, it's just I'm a little rusty. It's been a while.
Okay.
You, however,
I'm
much
pretty good at
better.
it.
You're very good at it. Helps
Yeah,
that you learned on one.
that's true.
Yeah. You need it in Italy. So it is helpful.
Yeah.
So yes, you can rent a car if that is convenient, but if it just doesn't make sense or you don't want to bother or because I know people are literally scared to drive in Italy, which I find kind of
The
funny.
only crap part about driving in Italy is the 1 or 2 tickets you get a year later in the mail. That's the only shit thing
Why
about
do you
it.
say that? Do
Well,
you
'cause
know
it
from
happened to me.
experience?
But like I talk to people about it and they're like, "Oh yeah, no." I talked to Italians about it. There was this Italian guy, he's been in New York for like 3 years and he's like, "Oh yeah, I went back to Italy and then like a year later I got 2 tickets in the mail." And like, "I'm Italian. I was born there." He's like, "Yeah, everyone, it's just
That's so
it's part of
funny.
being Italian."
Yeah, I think you got one.
I got one
Was
for
it
the
parking in Siena? No,
yeah,
where
it
were
was
we?
in yeah, it was in Siena.
It was
So
just like on a way outskirt. It was like I remember
you
where we
remember
were
where I got
parking.
my haircut?
Yes.
It's in that area. So
Oh,
it's
I'm thinking of a different area. I thought you got.
two tickets for the same thing because I entered an area that I wasn't supposed to after a certain time, and like you're supposed to know like you can't go in there
Okay, well
after
that
3:30.
that okay. That's kind of obvious.
But it's so small. It's
Had
like
I,
so small.
I'm just saying.
There's so many things going
Had I
on. You think I'm
known
gonna be
that,
looking at this one little tiny sign with a
I don't even
number on
remember
it?
seeing the
It's
sign. To be fair,
ridiculous. I don't either.
I know.
But that's what they told me I did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sneaky.
But it happens a lot. Just be
Mhm.
aware that you're gonna get a 50 euro-ish ticket if you drive in Italy. That's just gonna happen.
Just be accepting of
It's
it.
gonna happen.
Oh, the speed traps. Oh, those were
Yeah, but
so
that's in like
annoying.
most countries
I know. No, I know. That's totally.
where it's like a speed
Yeah.
trap, where it's like
I know it's
average
very
speed
common.
cameras,
Yeah.
right? So like
Yeah.
you
I'm just saying it's annoying.
you drive past one laser and then you know like 5 miles away there's another laser and it tracks how fast you got
That's
through it.
crazy.
So then it can tell how fast you were going based on like
Yeah.
when you entered and when you exited the area.
Who thought of that? I have questions.
Bureaucrats that want money
guess.
for speeding.
Not the
But
dumbest idea.
apparently
I guess.
what you do in Italy, you either go really fast to start and then slow down towards the end, or you go
Oh.
really slow and then go fast at the end. So
Did you get that from an Italian too? That's so
Yeah.
funny. Oh my god.
So like you go
they
like
have their loopholes.
if it's like 65 miles an hour speed,
Mhm.
like you'll go
so go floor for like
85
80,
miles an
and
hour
then
for like
you
the
gotta
first
slow it down
half,
to
and
40 or
then
50.
slow down at the end, but or something like that. Yeah,
Oh, that's so funny. What's the point? You ultimately get there in the same time.
you just feel like you're
cheating the
winning.
system somehow.
Yeah, you just feel like you're not gonna let them win. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's funny. Anyway, what were we saying? Oh yes, back to wine tasting. Well, I guess that's all
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to say about it.
Go wine
I would
tasting.
highly
It's
recommend it.
famous. It's delicious.
Yeah.
The experiences are super cool.
Mhm.
Very
s-
family, oriented.
Even for wine tastings.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, if you have kids, the Italians will probably be like, "Give me your child."
Yeah,
They're
I mean, bring your
so.
child, and they're like, "Oh, you guess
What do you want?
you're
We'll
never
give
gonna
you
see your kid
anything.
again because they're just gonna keep it and shove pasta in its mouth."
Especially ours, because she's blonde and
True.
they just want her.
But as on that, front, I was gonna mention the experience we had at Mario's.
Okay, I was gonna mention Mario's
Yeah.
too. I was hesitant to because of it's so specific
I
and it's
can't
so
even begin to
I
describe
know.
how to get there.
Oh,
I guess
it's
you
not
go
that
to
hard.
Monte Chiaro and you just keep going down the same road, and then you come across a bunch of cows, and there's a building. That building.
Yeah, literally. You know what I think I'm gonna do with this episode actually is include a map because I'll let you finish, and then that actually kind of leads into my next one that is actually convenient that you brought that up.
Mm.
So, is there anything more you want to say about that?
Yeah, I
It's just
mean, it was
other
like,
than the
we were staying
freshest meat you've
in
ever
Monte
had in your life.
Chiaro, and I asked like the winery owner, Alessandro, I was like, hey, is there any like cool, food like close to here? He's like, oh yeah, you could go see Mario. I was like, what's
Literally
Mario?
walk up the street.
Yeah, who's Mario? He's like, oh, it's like down the street. And just go and tell him Alessandro sent you, and he's a beef farmer. I was like, oh, how bad
Say
could that
less.
be? So like we walked down there, and like this is this old Italian dude, and he has cows everywhere, and we're like, Alessandro sent us for some food, and he just sits us down on a picnic table in front of his house and
With the most incredible
starts
view
bringing
of
out
Siena and the
wine that
hills
is
you could
his
ever
wine. Apparently
imagine.
he makes wine too.
Hmm.
And then he started bringing out like food. We had
It
like
was
beef tartare.
more
We
food
had
than we
like
could have ever
pasta with a meat sauce. We had like
had.
steak. We had all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it just kept coming.
I
We
mean, it
were
was
like,
expensive. It was like I want to say it was like 50 euros at least a person. I want to say
it
it
might
was
have
like,
been 60 or
yeah, it
so.
was
It
like
was
100, 120 euros for both of us. But like
yeah.
if you're only there on vacation, like definitely give it a
That
shot.
was
It's
like
really
low
fun.
key once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
not
very
once in a
fun.
lifetime, but it was like
It was very
yeah.
fun. Yeah, highly recommend.
It was amazing. I think we went there more than once because I remember one time, maybe it was that time, there was like some Swedish family or something. There was some
Oh
other
yeah,
family from somewhere else
I
in
kind of
Europe that
remember
were there
that.
with kids
Yeah.
that were also there. Yeah, it was so random. So on the road that Monte Carlo's on, which is a beautiful country road, dirt road, whatever, it is on that road. And mind you, they are also some of the most beautiful roads you could possibly ask to walk on in Tuscany. So
Yeah, they're pretty.
that's another reason where I'm just like, venture out there a little bit too. If you are renting a car and you see a pretty place to like pull over and just like walk for a few minutes. I did it every single day after work. It was
Hmm.
just so cathartic. It's so beautiful. It's just like you have to ask yourself, like, when are you ever gonna, when's the next time you're gonna be there? Like, take advantage. It's so quiet and
Hmm.
so pretty.
All the cicadas, the
Which
trees
I
yell at
love,
you.
and you don't.
Loud trees,
Oh,
man.
I love it so much. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that perfectly segues into my very last one here as we wrap up
Segsway.
this conversation. Segue.
Segways.
That
You
segues.
said segsway.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. It's the wine.
I blame this Pinot Noir. My last point is kind of on a related note. Depending on what time of year you go, the sunflowers blooming.
Yeah.
Have to check out some of those. Now, it's a little,
That's kind of all over Tuscany.
well, it is, and that's kind of a good thing, right? You might
Mm.
just like kind of randomly stumble upon them
Huge sunflower
when
fields.
they're amazing. And again, probably within our first
Big sunflowers,
few
too.
days or first weeks
Big
or
as your
whatever
face.
of us getting there, we were walking down the road
I
in
wasn't
the
expecting
opposite
to.
direction.
I
No,
didn't even
we
think about it. I was like, oh.
no
Wasn't even. And then I was like, wow.
completely
That's a
stumbled
lot
upon
of
them,
sunflowers.
and it was,
I mean, they're like
right
as
out
big as your
of
head. I mean, they're huge sunflowers, too, and they're tall.
under the Tuscan sun.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. It was amazing, like a literal. You remember? You took. I was like, take pictures of
Oh,
me
yeah.
now.
Oh, no. I remember.
But anyway, so I would recommend that. I will try maybe in this episode, like I said, to include a map with some of these places that we've talked about today, at least kind of in this Monte Chiaro area, because there's a few places here and I can mention where that particular sunflower field is. But like you said, I remember when we went down to what was that other winery south? We went to, and literally our first night or two,
Oh,
actually the first maybe night that we got there, the roommates that we were living with were like, hey, there's a winery party
and yeah,
like south
Montalcino.
of here. You want to go? We're like, I mean, we're here.
So
Why
yeah, we
not?
went
We were
to
so
drove
jet
to
lagged,
Montalcino.
so exhausted, but it was amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing winery. I'll have to think of the name of that one
Yeah,
too.
it's gonna
It's on
come to
the
me.
it's on the tip of my
Yeah, it'll
tongue.
come to me.
They have a really cool winemaking techniques too. It was like gravity.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was really fun. But also that leads that's just a last one. If you can find some off the beaten path events like that, like that one might have been not an industry event, but like, I think they probably knew about it because they're in the industry and we were
Yeah.
all kind of there. So I don't know how you normally hear about something like that. But just keeping your eyes peeled for kind of like, again, those off the beaten path kind of
Yeah.
insider events like that. Maybe you befriend a shopkeeper, shop owner or something, and they can
Yeah.
tell you about something cool. Like on some of
Ask some
my
people.
best trips, when me and my best friend went to Spain, however many years ago, we we were literally staying at a hostel, I guess it was, in Seville, and we found out about this really like hole in the wall flamenco
Huh.
dancing show. We never would have known about it
Yeah, unless they
had
told you
we
about
not
it.
stayed there, had we not asked, had we not like
It's
put
funny.
ourselves out there, and it was, I'll remember it for the rest of my life. I
That's
mean, it
cool.
was just like incredible. So, just that's the whole point of all of this, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, we love Siena. Has a very special place
And it's
in
way
our
less
heart.
crowded than Florence, which is nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Way less crowded.
Florence has got, yeah, we're gonna have a separate conversation about Florence, but
Way less crowded.
we did we do a recap of our Florence trip on
Yeah,
here, or
we
was
did.
that?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we did. Okay. I was gonna say because I've never seen it like it is now.
It was
It's
crazy.
really sad, kind of. I mean, it's still beautiful as ever, and it's always my favorite, but yeah, she's gotten a little out of control. But
Mm-hmm.
Sienna, tried and true.
Yep.
So
Still there.
anyway, hopefully these sparked a little bit of inspiration, or if you were maybe debating on whether you want to go to Siena and add it to your trip, or it's always been on your
It's
list
an
or whatever.
hour ish,
Yeah.
hour and change from Florence to Siena. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think
Or
it was like
by car, by train.
yeah.
It's, oh my God, it's so easy. But let us know too if you guys have been to Siena and you guys have some favorites, be it a place you like to go for a drink or a restaurant or just something that like some cultural thing that we just completely missed. We would love to hear from you guys. All right. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Taste Toast Travel, and we'll see you in the next one.
Cheers.